OK, ladies and gentlemen, let's do what we always do. Let's have a look in my green room and see who we have on the programme tonight. Now, my first guest, many people have claimed, unfortunately, that he's been on the show too often, maybe, you know, on a very regular basis. But you know what? He hasn't been on the programme for over 2 years. Isn't that right, Mr. Ricky Gervais? Ricky Gervais on the show tonight. That's exciting, isn't it? One of the, if not the best comedian in the country. 2 years. That is a considerable wait, as are you.
Brilliant, well done.
Well,
you are the
welcome back.
best chat show host in Britain.
Thank you.
Now Parky has retired.
Ricky Gervais is on the show, ladies and gentlemen. There'll be more of that. OK, good to have you here. Thank you for coming back. My next guest is officially the world's third greatest chef. After Captain Birdseye and Aunt Bessie, it's Gordon Ramsay, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Captain Ramsay. Hello. I love having Gordon on the show.
Thank you, good to see you.
Good to see you, sir. And you know, Gordon's a big star in the US now. He's had to change his act over there slightly. In fact, his new book is called, strangely, I Don't Seem to Swear As Much in America. Hey, it's great to have you back. Mr. Gordon Ramsay, ladies and gentlemen. He knows his way around the pot and the pan. OK. I think we have a great show already. It's going to get better because my next guest is an American comedian and actress. She is the fantastic Sarah Silverman. Here she is. What's going on there? What the heck? What the... What's that you're doing there? What? Yeah, well... Just coming to the country, finding out where she hid her stash, obviously. Welcome, Sarah. So lovely to have you here. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Now, I think I should explain something to you. Can I just explain something to you, Sarah, if that's all right? Because you're there with Gordon and Ricky, and I know that in America now, they're both big stars, big stars, OK? And everyone over there gives them a lot... They give them a lot of respect. But here in the UK, we are kind of over them, all right? I mean, basically, you know, in 2 years' time, if they're lucky, you're looking at the back and the front end of a pantomime horse. And I think we know which one's the back end, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Sarah Silverman. She's on the show as well. I'm delighted to have her here. I love it to have her here. What a lovely face. What a cheeky face. And we have fabulous live music tonight. I heard them rehearse this earlier on. It's a tremendous track. You're going to love it. It is, of course, Razor Light. There they are. Hey, fellas. Great to have you back as well. It's a great song you're doing tonight. Oh, thanks. Shall I get my final guest out? Yeah! I think she is the funniest woman in the world right now. Here she is, dealing sensitively with the subject of 9/11. I'm going to clear this up while you watch this, then we'll get out of here. Sarah Silverman.
Remember the rage, you know, and then there was no place to put it. Where do you put it? I'll tell you what I did. Domain names. Okay, I bought OsamaBinLaden.com, OsamaBinLaden.net, OsamaBinLaden.org. And then who's he got to come to? Big S. Yeah. Well, guess what? It's not for sale. Looks like you're gonna have to be Osama 1. And then who's laughing last? America. America is.
Here she is, ladies and gentlemen. It's Sarah Silverman.
Everywhere I go now, baby, I see your sun is shining.
What a treat. OK, welcome to the show. Welcome to the UK. You've been here before, haven't you, Sarah?
One time for 2 days.
Was that all? When was that?
2 years ago, I did the Secret Policeman's Ball.
The big thing for Amnesty International, yeah. Well, congratulations. And how did that go for you? How did they respond to you? And how did you enjoy the experience?
It was good. I really enjoyed it. I was so impressed by the crowd because I think I went on like 4 hours into it.
Yeah.
And everyone's standing and they weren't angry or anything.
Did they know who you were yet? Because I know you're very well known in America, not that well known here yet.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to change that.
Well, it
Yeah, well, it was all right, you know.
Hey, let me ask your opinion of this. Sad news this week about Guy Ritchie and Madonna, of course. One of your country folk. She's over here, she's adopted our country, and I'm quite excited she lives here, to be honest with you, and I'd like to keep her. I think, like the Elgin Marbles, we shouldn't let you take her back. What do you think? Do you have any advice for her? Do you have any thoughts on their unfortunate breakup?
No, I got nothing on that. I'm not topical. I don't know. I hope that they'll get through it with Kabbalah. I know that, or Kabbalah.
Kabbalah, yeah.
Yeah, it's an ancient Judaic mysticism. I know a lot of people hear Judaic and they're like, ew, is that Jewish? It's totally not Jewish. It's like maybe the tiniest slice Jewish, but with none of the like big noseness.
Do you, you know, I've noticed that Jewish comedians in America, their Jewishness seems to inform their work more than it does over here. You have, you know, Christian comedians don't go on about being, I don't mean go on, but they refer to Christianity as often as Jewish comedians do.
Yeah?
Yeah. For example, when I think of Jewish comedians, I would think of someone who, you know, maybe has dealt with the negative sides of being Jewish, has perhaps gone into therapy, and so on, like Woody Allen.
Yidle, diddle, diddle, yidle, diddle, diddle. Oh, yeah, I've been in therapy since I was 13.
Really? And what was this for?
Just being Jewish, just Jewishness.
Can they cure that?
Unfortunately, no. Hopefully, with stem cell research, there'll be something. So, I went to therapy when I was 13. I was depressed, and the therapist basically said, every time you feel sad, just take one of these. He wrote a prescription for Xanax.
And that's like an antidepressant?
Yeah. Yeah. They don't have Xanax in England?
Yeah, but we don't take drugs as much as Americans do for that kind of thing.
Oh, you must. I don't want to say his last, like, give me a last, I'll say Ross.
Okay.
So, I went for my next appointment. I am from New Hampshire, which is a little New England.
But that's a kind of what I would call a waspy area, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not religious at all, but the only way I really knew I was Jewish was because of the amount of unwanted hair compared to the blonde other people. I don't represent New Hampshire well. It's so embarrassing. I have a friend who's in the audience who called me probably once 2 months ago and then tonight, and both times I was in the bathtub shaving my arms. Okay, anyway. Therapy. So I go to the next appointment the next week. My mom dropped me off. It's the middle of the winter, so it's like pitch black at 4 p.m., you know? And I'm in the waiting room, and I'm waiting. And then the hypnotist from upstairs, it was like in this Victorian house, who I also went to for bedwetting, came downstairs. His name was Dr. Grimm, and I'll just say that. He has no bedside manner, and he looks at me with tears pouring down his face. This is terrible. And he goes, Dr. Ross hung himself!
After seeing you?
Within the week.
No. And how old were you then?
I was 13, and then I didn't know what to do with that, and I just had to stay in the waiting room until the hour was up, and my mom picked me up, which was like 2 hours because she was shopping.
Yeah. So that wouldn't have helped you, that particular session?
Remarkably, knocked the depression out of me.
Okay, well, that's quite some story.
It is a good story.
So, do you find comedy to be a therapy at all? Because I have a theory, please shoot this down if it's wrong, that many comedians become comedians because they have personal problems, because they are perhaps physically unattractive. Ricky's here, he became a comedian quite late, and often it helps them overcome things they have.
It was a survival skill. He had to be funny in order to survive amongst the beautiful people.
Normal people. Did you need to overcome anything? Was that for you? Was that the comedy, or what inspired you? Were you funny as a kid?